So this feature is really useful for getting the pacing of videos really well, because oftentimes we use a lot of zoom ins and zoom outs for videos, and it just really helps the momentum of the narrative to go forward. Yes, you can always do it manually, but this just speeds up the process for everybody. So here, as you can see, we have everything set up, and we have the Whisper large V3 Turbo model downloaded already. This is really good because you can process everything locally and it does not require any sort of AI credits or anything else. I'm just going to be here and transcribe audio. So here you'll see that you have the zoom style and you can choose the amount of zoom that you want to do. You'll be able to visualize this right here below, and it's going to show you how much your final frame is going to look like, right? And let's just choose 125 here. And here you have multiple options, key phrases, every other cut, every other sentence. So if you're using every other cut, then you're not going to need to transcribe anything. But if you're using key phrases or every other sentence, in that case, you will need to transcribe the video so that the AI can understand where to put the cuts in. So here I'm just going to choose key phrases, and I have already downloaded the Whisper large V3 Turbo model, and I can run that locally, which is quite useful because I won't need any sort of AI credits. But there's a lot of other options available here for you to use if in case you want to try something different, and if this one is for some reason not working out for you. So all right, and language, just auto detect, and then I'm just going to press transcribe audio. By the way, you have seen another option below called import from VoxScript, which is that if you have transcribed this video once using the VoxScript option, you can just derive the transcript from there instead of regenerating here. All right, it's transcribed and loaded. Now here you can choose a selection method. You can choose every other, you can choose smart, or you can choose AI smart. The AI smart will need additional credits, so I'm just going to use the smart option. And here you can see you can choose between like how you want the zoom in and outs to be. Either you want a sharp cut on both ends, or do you want to smooth in and sharp out, or smooth in and ramp out. So I'm just going to choose smooth in and sharp out because that's how I prefer it. And you can choose the duration. Let's just do 0.35, and end duration the same. Actually, the end duration here will not matter because it's sharp out, so it's just going to cut. You can also just change the curve, like click here and choose what sort of curve you want. So instead, if you don't want to use any of these options here, you can choose different options. There's lots of other options you can choose here, so you can customize it however you like. So I'm just going to go back to this because that is what I prefer, and reduce it to 0.35. And the scope, just going to do an in and out, and I'm just going to put the out here. And new track, I'm just going to choose V2, but if you just choose new track auto, it's just going to find the next available option where it's empty. I'm just going to choose V2 here and then apply auto zoom. And as you can see, it has chosen the moments that it feels like these are needed.
A normal espresso calls for a 1-to-2 ratio. The filter basket only fits 6 grams of coffee, which means a 1-to-2 shot is only 12 grams of liquid.
So this is a rough cut, so things not always work out smoothly, but if you apply it on a finished cut, it is much more useful in that way. So here I want to also show you the every other cut option, where you just choose every other cut, and once you do, you can go here. I'm just going to use sharp cut on both sides for this, and go down here, and if you're using sharp cuts, these parameters don't really matter very much. And I'm going to apply auto zoom, and I'm just going to show you
Favorite tool to get rid of the clumps. Tamp it, scratch it, tap it, push the tamp flat and twist until it's perfectly level. Take the doser off, attach the screen and screw it on. Fill the reservoir with hot water, double press, and here's what we got. Honestly, the results are night and day.
So yeah, as you can see, it worked well on the parts that are finished, but if you're editing a video that's a rough cut, it's not the best of idea. Use this on a video that has been like cleaned up and polished for the rough cut. Yeah.